Joseph Lopez asks, who's most likely to ask for advice but never take it?
Ask for advice but never take it.
Let me think about this. Has any of the boys ever asked for advice?
Not really.
I'm trying to think now.
I think so.
I mean, I think we've all asked for advice in some way or the other, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Depends on the gravity of the advice, I guess. Like it could just be like something like really nonchalant where it doesn't really matter, but
Yeah.
all right, well, I got my answer though. All ready?
Okay, I'm just gonna put down an answer.
All right.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Like me.
Oh,
Oh, really?
What'd you put?
I put me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
why'd you put yourself, Joey?
We both put ourselves. We
Yeah.
both put ourselves for a lot of this.
Because, well, I mean, for one, I don't really ask for advice, but when I do, I don't really listen.
Joey, what the fuck?
I don't.
Why are you asking for advice?
I just want your thoughts on it, but I've already made up my mind. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're
so
one
you
of
weren't
those
looking for advice.
people.
You were
Yeah.
looking for
I'm looking for affirmation.
Yeah.
Affirmation.
Yeah, I'm one of
yeah.
those people. Like I'm
I'm one of those.
I'm one of those people.
Dirty Connor. I'm one of those.
I'm one of those people where I'm like, I already know what I want to do because I'm very, usually, because like I'm one of those people that is very rarely deterred by what someone thinks about a certain situation, right? Because like if I'm going into something, I know in my head I'm like, okay, I think I know what to do. Like this might be a good idea, but I just want to get a second opinion. Just to gauge the vibe, I'm not going to you to be like, hey, can you solve my issue for me? I'm kind of more like, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah.
And if it's different to mine, then I'll be like, whatever. But if it's the same as mine, then I'm like, oh, okay, I know that my answer was correct.
That's
on that.
fair. I feel like I've asked Garnt for advice sometimes, then just not taking it.
Well, what have you asked?
Don't know. I feel like Garnt gives great advice, so I often come to Garnt.
He does give great advice.
Garnt is a great advice giver.
He is. It's that in a month. Yeah.
But then sometimes I'm like, man, my gut's pretty good though too. I feel like I've got a good read on stuff sometimes.
No, I mean, the only reason I put Connor is because I know Connor has asked me for advice. I know it's a kind of like a 50-50 percentage on whether he's going to take their advice or not. And to me, like I never put it as, I think Connor judges better than me. Most of the time, I just think Connor's just too lazy to enact the advice.
But also, I think that sometimes, even if you're about to make a big decision, and there's like maybe downsides to both sides of whatever decision you're making. Sometimes it's just nice to get to hear the other side of the thing that you've kind of didn't consider as much, just so you can feel like, okay, I'm more aware of what potentially could happen.
Yeah.
Even though you've made up your mind, it's more like, hey, what do you think could happen? Or hey, stuff like that. I can't think of an example off the top of my head.
Do you think when people ask for advice, they've already most people have already made up their minds?
I don't think so. I think people always lean towards doing something, but I genuinely think a lot of the times when I've asked for advice, it is genuinely because I just don't know what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that it's a cynical way of looking at it if you're assuming that no one's ever going to actually listen. But I think people most of the time do.
Yeah.
Especially because I think asking for advice can sometimes be a vulnerable thing to do.
Yeah.
You have to come to someone and be like, hey, I really am kind of struggling with this. What do I do here?
Yeah.
Or it could be, hey, should I go bald or not? Would it look cool? And the answer is probably no.
Was that what you asked, Garnt? As a fellow thinning man, what is your advice?
Well, that's when I was just like, yo, just take
Well, Garnt was like, hey, 'cause I don't know that you mentioned that you. I don't know. Have you mentioned that you? Take
I've mentioned that.
Yeah, I mentioned you'd said that you were taking it, and I was like, Garnt, I don't want to go bald yet. I need it. I can't be before 30 and bald. After 30, it's free reign.
Yeah.
So I was like, help me out here.
Fair.
Yeah, because I feel like, when you get advice, sometimes you can very much tell when you're talking to like a Joey when someone just wants.
Joey.
I'll take it.
Just wants.
Should I watch Arcane, Garnt?
Yeah.
Here are the reasons why.
Look. Sometimes, you can give all of the advice to tell Joey that Arcane's a great show. But he's already made up his mind.
made up my mind.
He's already made up his mind.
I made up my mind.
And then sometimes you can tell when someone's like absolutely lost. And I think those are like the hardest things because I feel like when giving advice, sometimes you don't want to just lay out everything for the person. Because I think what I found is advice really sticks if it actually there's like a kind of like a realization within the person themselves, and you can tell someone like, hey, this is what you need to do, this is everything you need to do, and they're just like, most of the time they're just not going to listen.
Yeah,
you know.
But I think the problem is, right, is if you're talking to someone where the advice is so obvious and so like, here are literally the steps you need to do. I would do it for you if I could. Then I feel like if you've gotten to that point with someone on advice, it's like they're probably
I don't know, man. I've had people with like, obviously, like for example, obviously like in a toxic relationship, for example.
True.
And it is, you can lay it out to them straight by like,
for sure.
what this person, what you are going through now is fucked up, and you need to get out. And I'm sure most people have known a person in that situation, whether it be someone you know, maybe it be like an older generation as well, and sometimes no matter what you say, it just doesn't go through because they don't have that internal realization themselves. It's kind of like white noise, you know. It's kind of like weird in that sense. But that's what I've noticed.
All right.
But moving on, let's scroll down a bit.
Who's likely to get cancelled in the next 6 months? It's definitely me, because I just stream all the time. And
the question should be, who's in front of the camera the most?
Yeah, literally me. What are you doing? Although I saw, did you see you see we had a clip that was like, it was our Gundam. It was, I think so. One of our clips talking about how Gundam is so long running, and it was like Gundam is impossible to get into was the title. Yeah. And it blew up on Twitter. And the Gundam fans got really upset. Yeah. But then everyone was like, it was just like a dumb thing. People were like, hey, I watched it, and it was just them talking about how easy Gundam is to get into. And then there's other responses. There's one that was really funny. That was it was something like. It was like your unemployed friend on a Tuesday trying to convince you that the series that's been going on for 50 plus years and has over 10 series is easy to get into. It was just funny. I don't know. It made me think, it was like, God, this is so dumb that literally us just talking about Gundam and talking about how it's so long running, how easy to jump in at any point. We've got people angry.
Exactly.
Like, what is cancelled anymore? What the fuck does it mean?
Yeah. What can we even say anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, we get cancelled every other week for some take, if that's like the level you're talking about. I don't think any of us are going to get cancelled properly, because I'm sure no one's going to do. No one's going to do anything.
So many great out of context moments to be had if we have.
Oh, I want to do this one. Kevin A. Who is most likely to go broke first?
That's such a good one.
That is a good one. Who is most likely to go broke first? Oh, shit.
You know what? The next few questions are all pretty good, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, all of these are bangers.
All right, we'll go one by one.
Okay.
Who's likely to go broke? That's so tough. There's an argument for all you boys, I think.
Yeah.
And me.
There's an argument.
Definitely me.
All right.
Okay.
This is tough. Okay, I genuinely think.
Actually, I'm gonna change my answer. No, I'll keep it.
All right.
I don't even know.
All right, you ready?
No.
You gonna change it?
Yeah.
This is hard.
Broke isn't like zero money.
Yeah.
Broke.
Yeah.
Okay. This is so tough. Okay.
This is so tough.
Ready?
All right.
3, 2, 1.
I knew you fucking put me. I knew you fucking.
You're the taxi fiend, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you taxi everywhere.
You Uber Eats every day, every single day.
Yeah, I do.
Spend so much money on your streams and your videos and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I think gone.
Why gone?
I gotcha. And
It was between you two. I'm just gonna say that.
yeah,
Connor, I swear to God, you've spent more money on me than on gacha games. If we take out like sponsorships, you have spent more money on me than me on like gacha games. You know?
Possibly. Yeah, possibly.
How much did you spend on Arknights?
I spent a lot of money on Arknight.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
I'm surprised none of you said me.
I think you're quite good with your money. I think you're quite frugal where you need to be as well. But I do distinctly remember when I mentioned to you guys first time, I was like, yeah, man, taxiing occasionally is great. You know, it's It's a little expensive, but you can save a lot of time. And you guys made fun of me. And then God starts taxiing now. And I was like, you motherfuckers.
We lost another one.
Making fun of me.
I'm still anti-taxi gang. Train all the way.
I wouldn't do it if it wasn't like, I only do it when it's like a possible tax write-off. Because I'm like, well, I'm like, it's for work. So, you know, it's...
It is a fucking nightmare. Because I was doing my taxes. It's a fucking nightmare trying to get all the receipts for the trains. Whereas the taxi, they just give you a nice
it's easy. You just get a paper receipt and it's just easier to store. And I can be a complete degenerate and just take taxis, which definitely wouldn't do if it wasn't a tax write-off.
I haven't actually taken lately just because I like walking everywhere because it's nice weather. But in the summer, bro, summer is... Yeah, it's like 2 minutes away. Oh, yeah, I'll taxi. Yeah, because I don't want to get fucking sweaty for whatever I got to do.
Right,
it's so gross. If I turn up to like a meeting and I'm like, I stink and I look sweaty.
So I take the bullet, bro.
Yeah, I guess you do.
I take the bullet. I'm like, if I walk into a meeting sweaty as shit, can they blame me?
I don't think you smell bad though when you sweat a lot. Do you? Because I think your Asian side won on that in that sense. Because Asian people have the genetic that makes them generally smell.
Yeah, that's why
not smell as much.
Do you know what we smell like?
Like nothing, right?
I
feel like when
have you ever taken a good sniff?
Wait.
Do you know what we smell like?
Connor, you said that like, yeah, like I got a whiff of everyone in the office.
It's either you have a Tanjiro level nose or I should sleep with one eye open.
I'm not saying that like Asian people don't smell, but I'm saying like pound for pound, white people smell worse. Like on average.
Okay,
I think we smell. We just because of the gene. Like I know that out of the three of us, I have by far the worst body odor.
I'll agree to that.
I know I do.
I don't think anyone in like our office smells because I've never had like a conscious moment, except like the only time I can smell a musk is when Connor has gone to the toilet. And when I go to the toilet, it's like his musk overpowers the stench of the shit that he's taken.
He has like a poop aura.
No. It's like the poop aura with just like this Connor musk that I can't quite like describe, man. Especially when we come to the office in the summer. You're like, dude.
It's so bad. I try to wear like I don't know, dude. My jeans fucked me because even if I put like antiperspirant on galore, 2 seconds in, I could smell myself and sweating. I'm like, fuck.
It's the next candle flavor, Connor Musk.
But it's like it's either if you meet people, you know how people like either like or hate someone else's smell. It's just like I have to just dice roll and like, please, hopefully you don't.
But I mean, like going back to what you said about like the East Asian genes, like not producing smells. That is true in a sense because like I sweat a lot.
Obviously, if you sweat, I got that amount.
No, but even when I sweat a lot, I don't really stink. I just get really wet.
Well, how do you know?
Because people have told me. They're like, wow, you're mega sweaty, but like...
You know who the real tester of this would be?
No.
Maylin.
Oh, Maylin.
Like she would, if we need her on the podcast right now, because she would be able to give us a 100% accurate analysis.
No, she wouldn't. She'd just be like, no, you stink. She thinks everyone except for her husband stinks.
It's so well. That's because you can also learn to like really enjoy a smell that like others would like. It's just like it's like a known thing that like your partner, you often like their smell, right? And it's just
it's genetics.
Yeah, right. So it's
most
like
of the times.
Someone might like someone else's smell, and they might absolutely like be repulsed by it.
Yeah,
but it's just so frustrating, man. I'll shower, I'll put soap and everything, and I'll dry it, and I'll smell it, and I'll be like, "How does it smell again? It smells of me." I was like, "It's me," but I'm like, "I just put soap there.
Right.
What the fuck?"
That's why it's impossible to buy deodorant in this country because
deodorant fucking sucks here. Yeah.
Well, do you know what I think is worse? Sometimes it like creeps me out, right? Whenever I go to a room, and it's just like no smell. Right, it's just like it's especially if you go to someone's house and there's just a complete distinct lack of smell because everyone has like a certain smell. You might not notice it, but you notice it whenever you go into someone's room and every like even if you go to like your parents' room or a family member, there is a certain smell that you don't know is distinctive until you step into someone's room fresh and you're like, okay, because I remember whenever I've been around to your guys' place, I'm like, yeah, this smells like Joey.
This place stinks.
This smells like this is the Connor smell. But I've been to people's places where it just complete lack of smell, and I'm like, oh, this creeps me out. This smells like a hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like this.
Yeah, that's why I like winter though, because I can wear layers, and if I'm wearing like a jumper or something, you're probably not gonna be able to like, if I, you're probably not gonna smell me because I'm just wearing layers.
And mask it up with my thick jacket.
But in summer, it's like I'm fucked either way. I can't win. I gotta wear a t-shirt. I'm gonna smell. It's like fuck.
I gotta say, sometimes when I have like a mate over and they sleep on the couch or something, it's just sometimes you can just smell them and you're like, get away. I need to overpower this smell. Come on, this is my couch.
You start spraying Febreze on them. It's like,